Hey, check it out. We got rank 1 in Aether Raids. Ha! Yeah, right. As if that's what the video is going to be about. Nobody cares about getting rank 1, especially not in Chaos Season. Dude, it's a complete luck shot. Like, look at this. It's not even like I had a good defense or anything, because this guy was able to beat it. Reddy, who I actually know. And then this guy over here. What's his name? Mina Porta? Mina Porta, if that's how you say that correctly. I don't know. So, not really much to go on here. Do people really want to see me do another Aether Raid showcase? Probably not. So, instead, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this. Because, yeah, we're taking a look at a completely different gacha game, which actually just put on a freaking clinic this morning. So, I'm talking about Dokkan Battle, of course. I don't know how many of you guys actually play Dokkan Battle, but here we have a certain character. This is one of the characters in Dokkan Battle. They've received a refine, which would be, or Easy A, which would be the equivalent of a refine in Fey. So this is what this guy did prior to his refine. Like, this is his text. And then he gets his refine, and then look at this. Now it's a giant wall of text. This is exactly how it appears in-game. So if you have this character, this Ultra Instinct Goku, and you go ahead and click on his card, and you click on his passive, this is exactly how it appears in-game. Now, this is a running theme, right? Like, this is not just a problem in Dokkan, this is also a problem in Fey, but it's not really so much of a problem in Dokkan, because, first of all, Dokkan is a PvE game, not PvP, so you're only fighting against the computer, so you have all the time in the world to just read or skim through a passive if you really don't remember what a unit does. But even still, it's not that hard to keep track of what units do in Dokkan anyway, because there's only 3 major effects. There's only dodging, critical hits, and additional attacks, whereas Fey has, like, a brand new effect every single banner that you have to keep track of. So, Dokkan is by no means hard to understand. Now, they went ahead and did this. Okay, so if we go ahead and skim over here, they are now updating passives to look more neat, more presentable, and more easy to understand. They just laid out the foundation right here. This is the blueprint. Faye, if you're watching this, please take notes. IntSys, get on this immediately. Look at how good this looks. First of all, they separate it by bullet points. So we have basic effects, we have time-limited effects, we have in-combat effects. It's all there. Like HP conditional effects. Bro, I cannot sing the praises of this any more than I already am. I'm glazing this to high hell because we need this desperately in Fey. This would be so good. They even have icons to go with effects, like if something is turn-based, like they have a timer count there, or if it just lasts for the entirety of battle, like, bro, this is so good. This is what Fey need. We need this so badly, man, in Fire Emblem Heroes. Look at this. So here we've pulled up a character description from Fey. This is Needhogger, so her weapon is probably about as long as this UI Goku over here. Like, there's not really... I mean, maybe this is a little better looking because it is at least sorted by paragraph, but it's still a wall of text at the end of the day, and there's more clauses and more effects to have to read through over here, so it can be harder to understand. Also, you have to do an insane amount of math, like 20% of defense. Like, there's all sorts of, like, X and Y and Z and all that bullshit you got to go through in Fey. And this is not even the entirety of this unit either, because then we go over to her passive skills, and she's still got her ace skill to consider. And the other passives, if you're a newcomer and you haven't really memorized the passives yet, that's another problem. So, my God, man. Dokkan, 10-year-old gacha, by the way. Dokkan is 10 years old. Fey is not. Dokkan is 3 years... What is it? 2 or 3 years older than Fey. Something like that. And they didn't even need to do this. No one really was asking for this in Dokkan. They just did it out of the goodness of their hearts. They're like, you know, our passive skills are getting a little bit too incomprehensible. Which I had this guy's passive showed up before just to show, like, this is how the standard passive skill looks right now in Dokkan. Over here on the actual, like, Fey channel / Dokkan Now, which they do. They have highlighted certain segments of his passive to make it look more understandable. But in-game, it's all the same color. This yellow would be white, so it's still going to be just a wall of text. And they realize, they're like, okay, so if someone is new coming into the game, they're not going to want to read all of this if they summon a new character and this is what they look like. They would be much more happy if the character looks like this, where they can only, like, they only need to memorize certain bullet points, certain sections. If they need to know more, it's easy to pull up and just find what you're looking for right there on a unit's kit. So simple, so wonderful, so great. So, basically, this video is just, I don't know, we're dunking on Faye, but we're also begging Faye on my hands and knees. Please, get with the program, guys. They just showed you how to do it. That's all it takes. And this game just becomes so much better just by doing that. One little thing. That's all it takes. Just update the passive descriptions, and we're looking so much better. Now, of course, another thing about Dokkan that I should say is that they are way more open to user input than Faye is for some reason. I don't know why that is. Every single time there's a celebration in Dokkan, at the end of the celebration, they always, without fail, put up a survey. And the survey asks players what they thought of the celebration, if they thought there was any room for improvement, what they thought of the new events that they added, and so on and so forth. And this has been going on for years and years in Dokkan. Whereas, how many surveys have we had in Faye? Like, maybe one? And they didn't even make good on it either. Like, people asked... I remember one of the things that people asked for or voted on... They asked some question like, what characters would you like to see as a duo hero? And I think the winning vote was Matthew and Layla as a possible duo hero. And they're like, okay, cool. We're going to add that as a summonable unit in the future. Never happened. Never made good on that. Didn't even talk about it ever again. Like, acted like it never happened. That's the type of... That's how Faye or IntSys treats their player base. And this is why I'll never put Faye in one of the top possible gachas that I play. For me, it's always going to be Dokkan. The animations look phenomenal. We can actually just quickly take a look at an animation. This is what Dokkan looks like. Let me just show you guys an example. This is why, man, Dokkan is just killing it, right? Like, so Dragon Ball Daima, of course, is the brand new Dragon Ball anime, so this is going to be the first instance of us getting characters from Daima in Dokkan. And this is how good it looks. Like, look at this. You don't even have to be a Dragon Ball fan to just go on the App Store and be like, oh, I want to play a free-to-play game. Nothing too intensive, just something that looks good, something that looks fun and engaging. Look at this. The game advertises itself, basically. Like, just looking at animations this clean, this crispy. People are going to want to play it. And it's also fun to watch on YouTube. Oh, this one, too. This is badass. This is the Kamehameha against Tamagami 3. This is so fire. In the anime, this was fire. And, of course, in Dokkan, they captured it pretty well. So, yeah, like... I mean, look at how insane that looks. And then we go over to Faye, and now we can take a look at an animation from over here. All right, yeah, let's quickly just play Needhogger's animation just to show the comparison. This is the reason why Faye is, like, really unable to advertise itself. Why a lot of the player base is just stagnating and leaving steadily, as opposed to newcomers coming in. I mean, it's very cutesy-wootsy, of course. Like, it's different styles of games where Dokkan is, like, more so like an anime battle simulator, whereas this is more of a tactical strategy game. And they tried to stylize the game in reminiscence of the Game Boy Advance games, where the sprites are attacking and they have the cool critical hit animations and so on. But there's really no comparison. I mean, you look at this, if you're just like some 10-year-old kid who plays Call of Duty and you're looking for a new game to play, are you going to want to play this? Or are you going to want to play something like this, right? So, yeah, I don't really know how my viewer base is going to react to this, but the main takeaway I wanted to get at here, though, was the passive skill upgrade to the descriptions there. They also made other changes in Dokkan 2, like they're updating the really old UI to look better, and they're making the maps look better, and like everything is looking better. They're just trying their best to continually update the game 10 years in. Whereas Faye, we don't really see that. Faye looks, the way it looks right now is the way it looked back in 2017. They haven't really made too many updates cosmetically to the way the game looks or to the way the game functions. Also, another big problem is this, the combat forecast, which is completely unindicative of what's actually going to happen in combat here. Like, this guy's doing 25 times 2. Let's see how much damage he actually does. All right, he's popping his Glacies here. 25 times 2, right? 0. Absolutely 0. So, yeah, there you guys go. That is today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is your boy Tacho signing out. Take care, and I hope that... I don't know. Don't kill me in the comment sections, but I just have to air this out because this is how I'm feeling, and Dokkan just, like, killed it. Absolutely killed it.